In this video, I'll show you what the Prisma flow diagram is all about. Open in front of me is the prismastatement.org website, and I'll put a link to this website in the description box below this video. Prisma stands for Preferred Reporting Items for Systematic Reviews and Meta-analyses. Now, the Prisma flow diagram can be found under the Prisma Statement tab, Flow Diagram, and you can download the PDF or the Word version. This is what the Word version looks like. Now, when you do a systematic review, you need to explain or account for or describe all the numbers of articles that you found and how you deal with them throughout the identification, screening, eligibility, and inclusion stages. So let's see how we're going to deal with this flow diagram. Now, just to make our lives a bit easier, I've taken this exact wording in the Prisma flow diagram and I've created a calculator in Excel by just using the formulas in Excel. Now, a link to this calculator can be found in the description box below this video, and you can download it for free. Now, the green cells are the cells where you need to enter information in, and the orange cells don't touch. So there's formulas in the orange cells, so don't mess with those cells. I did not lock the cells because you may want to modify this calculator to fit for your own purpose. Now here, records identified through database searching. Let's say this is a fictitious number, 2,365. Then there was additional records that you found through searching, say, the reference lists of the articles, and you found another 53, and you'll see that the total number of articles found. Now this won't form part of the Prisma flow diagram in the end, but we needed this calculation. The total number of articles found is this plus this, and then you need to state here the number after duplicates have been removed, and here you can enter the number of duplicates you found. Then this is the number of records screened, and then you exclude a whole number of records based on abstract and title. So you can state here what you've excluded. Then it calculates by just subtracting the number of full text articles assessed for eligibility. And then again, you're going to exclude a whole number of full text articles with reasons. Remember to add your reasons. I'll show you a few examples just now. And then we get to the studies included in the qualitative synthesis and the studies included in the quantitative synthesis. Now, be very careful when you use the word qualitative synthesis and quantitative synthesis. Be very specific. So in this case, and in some of the examples, there's that you'll see in papers published out there. The qualitative synthesis referred to a narrative review, while the quantitative synthesis referred to a meta-analysis that has been done. But be very careful how you use this and that you're very sure of your definition, because it may also mean that you've done a qualitative study, systematic review, where you've included studies, qualitative studies in your systematic review. And here, the quantitative synthesis, most often it refers to a meta-analysis that has been done. But I'd say just be more specific here. Now, it's always a good idea to look at some examples of systematic reviews published in good journals, such as JBI Evidence Synthesis. Now, here's an example of a Prisma flow diagram published in JBI Evidence Synthesis, and it's got the records identified through systematic searching. We assume that there was no records found through searching the reference lists, number of duplicates removed, or number after duplicates removed, the number of records excluded. You'll see that it's very basic. Here you have your full text, which includes the reasons. Studies assessed for methodological quality. Can you see there's already a modification here? That's perfectly acceptable. Studies excluded following methodological quality assessment. And here we have the studies included in the systematic review. So here they don't specify what has been included in a narrative review or what has been included in the meta-analysis. Here's another example. Here we have the records through the database searching and other sources. And again, you have your records excluded. And here we have the full text articles with reasons, excluded with reasons. So that's quite important. And again, studies included in the systematic review. Let's have a look at another example. It's fairly straightforward, again with your reasons. And then articles excluded after critical appraisal. So there's a bit of a different wording used here. And here we have studies included in the quantitative synthesis. So here I would assume that this is the meta-analysis, but just be very explicit in which wording you use. Now there's a myriad of other examples that you can go through, learn from them, and then just apply it in your own setting. Now once you have completed the Word version, so you will take the numbers that you've entered into the calculator and just copy and paste it into this Word version. Of course you can modify this Word version any way you like. But once you are ready to insert this into your thesis or dissertation, or create a picture from it to attach to the online system when you submit your systematic review for publication, an easy way to get this done is using the snipping tool. So here I've created a PDF of the flow diagram. Of course, you'll have your numbers completed in here. And then once you have this PDF version, you can find your snipping tool. There you go. And you create a lovely picture. Now you can either copy and paste this into your dissertation, or you can save it as a picture, as a JPEG or a PNG, you can choose, and you can save it and attach it to the online system. So that just ensures that when you insert this flow diagram into your thesis or dissertation, that the formatting doesn't change every time something here on top changes. So what it will mean is that there's wording and paragraphs here at the top, and every time it moves down, this block changes, moves to there, and this arrow moves to there, and then you'll see the whole formatting is messed up. But as soon as you put a JPEG, copy and paste the JPEG into the Word document, then nothing's going to move. But make sure that you keep this original version in case you have to change some of the numbers. And then you just quickly create another snipping clip out of it, and you create a JPEG and you copy and paste it into the dissertation or thesis again. I hope this helped, and enjoy playing around with those systematic reviews. Have fun.